Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Marcus Aurelius. Welcome to this video where you will discuss the elements you can take out of your life, the change in Stoic chemistry, and the initiation of what we should eliminate from our lives are examined. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and comment at the end of the video. Let's start. Negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are one of the harmful habits that eat away at our lives silently and unnoticed. These thoughts usually revolve around criticism of ourselves, fear of failure, anxiety about the future, and mistakes we have made in the past. However, we must realize how harmful it is to constantly carry these thoughts in our minds. Every moment in our lives is precious and irreversible. Constantly sending negative messages to ourselves drains our self-confidence and life energy. As Marcus Aurelius said, our time is limited, and we should not waste this limited time putting ourselves down, constantly criticizing ourselves, or fearing the uncertainties the future will bring. Negative thoughts are like invisible chains that hold us back. Breaking these chains and freeing our minds is the key to living a happier, more productive, and more fulfilling life. To remove these thoughts from our lives, we must first accept their existence. Then, with a conscious effort, we must replace these thoughts with positive and constructive thoughts. We must be more compassionate towards ourselves, see our mistakes as learning opportunities, and look to the future with hope. Giving ourselves positive messages, even small ones, every day can make a big difference in this transformation process. By quietly removing negative thoughts from your life, you can free up more space in your mind and fill this space with positive, motivating, and constructive thoughts. This change will greatly improve both your mental health and your overall quality of life. So take steps now to leave negative thoughts behind and gift yourself the positive life you deserve. Unnecessary material burdens. Unnecessary material burdens have become an inevitable part of modern life. With the influence of consumer culture, we can surround ourselves with many items and material burdens that we do not need. However, as the Stoic philosophers taught us, true happiness and peace come not from material wealth, but from inner serenity. Epictetus said, "The key to happiness is not outside, but inside. Our attachment to external things disturbs inner peace." This quote reminds us how material burdens are actually a source of illusory happiness. The Stoics emphasize that it is not the amount of things we have that matters, but the amount of need and dependence we have on them. Seneca, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of a simple life, saying, "True wealth is contentment with little." He states that getting rid of unnecessary material burdens is a way to be mentally and spiritually liberated. By adopting simplicity in his life, Seneca aimed to be content with less and thus to reach inner peace. Inspired by these approaches of Stoic philosophers, we can identify the unnecessary material burdens in our lives. Removing the items and material burdens that surround us and that we don't really need will give us a feeling of lightness and freedom. It also allows us to channel our material gains into more meaningful and valuable things. For example, if you have clothes, electronics, or ornaments in your home that you never use, you can get rid of them by donating or selling them. This action not only allows you to help others, but also helps to get rid of an unnecessary burden for you. The Stoics emphasize the importance of getting rid of excess and simplifying one's life. In one of Marcus Aurelius's diaries, he writes, "Simplicity and austerity are the keys to spiritual serenity," describing the importance of a simple life and getting rid of unnecessary burdens. Living your life more simply, with fewer possessions and less material burden, will make you a more peaceful and happy person. So, quietly remove unnecessary material burdens from your life. This action will refresh not only your physical space, but also your mental and emotional space. Thus, in accordance with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers, you can live a more peaceful and balanced life. If this has touched your life and you want to adopt the Stoic path, don't forget to like the video and write the Stoic path below. This way, we can share this valuable information with more people and move forward together. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Time eaters. Time is our most precious resource that cannot be taken back. The Stoics constantly emphasized how precious time is and the importance of using it efficiently. In the modern world, however, we are faced with many time eaters who waste our time and make it unproductive. These time eaters actually cause us great harm without realizing it. Seneca said, "Time is the most precious thing you can spend." This quote reminds us how precious time is and how we should use it. Time eaters consist of activities that we often don't notice or consider unimportant. Spending unnecessary time on social media, sitting in front of the television for hours, attending unnecessary meetings, or engaging in fruitless discussions are examples of these time eaters. Stoics argue that using time efficiently and treating it with due respect improves the quality of life. Epictetus said, "If you want to prolong your life, use time carefully." Using time carefully does not only mean working more efficiently, it is also important for spending quality time with loved ones, making time for personal development and achieving spiritual serenity. To get rid of time eaters, you can start by identifying which activities steal the most of your time during the day. Minimizing or completely eliminating these activities will give you more free time. For example, limiting your use of social media, reducing your TV time, or avoiding unnecessary meetings can help you use your time more efficiently. Another effective method is to plan your day and act in a certain order. This not only allows you to get things done faster and more efficiently, but also gives you more time for yourself and your loved ones. By improving your time management skills, you can focus more on what is important in your life. As a result, getting rid of time eaters allows for more freedom and peace in your life. By using your time efficiently, you can live a life in accordance with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. Remember, how you spend your time determines the quality of your life. Therefore, take steps now to get rid of time eaters and make the most of your time. Unhealthy habits. Unhealthy habits are behaviors that negatively affect our quality of life and overall health. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of a healthy body and mind. Unhealthy habits not only harm our physical health, but also lead to mental and emotional imbalance. Epictetus said, "Take care of your body to protect your soul." This quote is a reminder of how interconnected our physical health is with our mental and spiritual health. Unhealthy habits include overeating, irregular sleep, insufficient physical activity, smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and lack of stress management. These habits damage our body and mind in the long run. Seneca said, "A healthy soul is found in a healthy body," indicating that physical health is the foundation for spiritual peace. Replacing unhealthy habits with healthy ones will greatly improve our quality of life. For example, exercising regularly, eating a balanced and healthy diet, getting enough sleep, and avoiding stress are key to a healthy life. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the importance of a healthy lifestyle. Be kind to yourself and take good care of your body, for it is the home of your soul, he said, emphasizing the importance of taking care of our bodies. Adopting healthy habits not only improves our physical health, but also maintains our mental and spiritual balance. In order to get rid of unhealthy habits, it is first necessary to identify these habits and replace them with healthy alternatives. For example, quitting smoking, limiting alcohol consumption, drinking more water, choosing fresh and natural foods instead of processed foods. It is also important to learn stress management techniques and support mental health with practices such as yoga or meditation. Regular health checkups help us understand our body's needs and act accordingly. Adopting healthy habits not only improves our quality of life, but also allows us to live a longer and happier life. In conclusion, by eliminating unhealthy habits from our lives, we can live a life in accordance with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. A healthy body and mind are the foundation of a peaceful and balanced life. So, take steps now to leave unhealthy habits behind and enjoy a healthy, balanced life. Living in the past. Living in the past is one of the biggest obstacles that prevent us from moving forward in our lives. The Stoics often talked about how dwelling on the past harms us and how we miss the present moment. Living in the past, dwelling on our mistakes and regrets, acts like a weight that constantly pulls us backwards. Marcus Aurelius said, "The past guides the future, but only to learn from it. You cannot change the past, but you can learn from it." This quote emphasizes that the past is a learning tool for us, but we should not get stuck in it. Living in the past distracts us from the present and our future potential. Seneca said, "Remembering the past is not a burden, but clinging to it is slavery," indicating that the past should guide us, but we should not be enslaved to it. Past mistakes, regrets, and pains should not affect our decisions and happiness today. We should see them as lessons and move on. Another harm of living in the past is that it causes us to miss our present moments. Epictetus said, "Enjoy the present moment, because the past and the future are only shadows created by your mind." The present moment is the only real time we have. Being stuck in the past prevents us from seeing the beauty and opportunities of this moment. Living in the past also brings fears and worries about the future. We can be in a constant state of anxiety, believing that our past mistakes will determine our future. However, the Stoics teach us that the past is uncontrollable and that only the present moment is in our control. Therefore, we should accept the past as it is and look forward, learning from it. Instead of living in the past, we should live the present moment to the fullest in order to learn from the past and look to the future with hope. Living in the past only drains our energy and motivation. Instead, seeing each new day as an opportunity and living more freely, free from the burdens of the past, is the basis of a Stoic way of life. As a result, instead of living in the past, we can live a more peaceful and balanced life by learning from the past and embracing the present moment. Leave the past behind and enjoy the moment. In this way, by adopting a lifestyle in line with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers, you can live a happier and more fulfilling life. Constant worrying. Constant worrying is a habit that wears down our mind and soul. The Stoics often emphasized how worry reduces our quality of life and enslaves us. Worry comes from constantly thinking about future uncertainties and events we cannot control, which distracts us from the present moment. Worrying about things beyond our control is just wasting energy in vain, said Epictetus. This quote clearly expresses how unnecessary worry is and how it wastes our energy. Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on what we can control and not worry about what we cannot. This gives us mental freedom and creates more peace in our lives. Marcus Aurelius also pointed out the harm of worry. Instead of worrying about the future, do the best you can in the present. This statement describes how worry restricts us and prevents us from being productive in the present moment. The present moment is the only real time we have, and making the most of it is the most effective way to reduce our worries. Seneca says, "Worry never alleviates tomorrow. It only depletes the strength of today," indicating how worry disempowers us and saps our energy today. Worry not only leaves us anxious about the future, but also diminishes our potential today. Therefore, it is important to take control of our worries and develop a more positive outlook. One way to reduce worry is to accept that we cannot control the future. The Stoics argue how this acceptance relaxes us and gives us peace of mind. Letting go of our worries about the future helps us realize that only the present moment is in our control. This gives us more freedom and peace. It is also important to develop practical ways to manage worry. Meditation, deep breathing techniques, and mindfulness exercises can be effective in reducing worry. Also, writing about what we worry about and putting our thoughts down on paper can help us to clear our minds and think more clearly. In conclusion, focusing on what we can control and enjoying the present moment, rather than constantly worrying, allows us to adopt a lifestyle in line with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. Let go of your worries and live today to the fullest. This way, you can live a more peaceful, balanced, and happy life. Social media overuse. Excessive social media use is one of the most common and damaging habits of the modern age. Stoic philosophers have constantly emphasized the importance of how our attention and energy are directed. Social media has become a tool that keeps us constantly busy, distracts us, and takes us away from the real world. Epictetus said, "Do not occupy your mind and attention with vain and meaningless things." This quote describes how social media consumes our time and mental energy. Excessive use of social media only leads us to superficial and temporary satisfactions. It robs us of opportunities for real reflection and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius said, "Take time to live your own life and reduce your dependence on the lives of others." Social media often causes us to focus on the lives and achievements of others. This leads us into the trap of comparison and undermines our self-confidence. Staying away from social media helps us to focus more on our own lives and goals. Seneca also said, "Time is an irretrievable treasure. Do not waste it on worthless and meaningless activities," emphasizing how precious time is. The hours spent on social media are often unproductive and idle. Filling these time periods with more meaningful and valuable activities improves our quality of life. Another harm of excessive social media use is that it weakens our social relationships and connection to the real world. Face-to-face communication and deep connections are natural human needs. Rather than fulfilling this natural need for communication, social media directs us towards superficial and virtual interactions. To break this harmful habit, it is important to consciously limit your use of social media. Limiting yourself to a certain amount of time per day, turning off notifications and doing social media detoxes are effective ways to do this. Also, replacing the time you spend on social media with more meaningful activities such as personal development, hobbies, sports, or spending quality time with loved ones can greatly improve your quality of life. In conclusion, reducing excessive social media use and filling this time with more valuable activities allows us to adopt a lifestyle in line with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. Free yourself from the distractions and time-consuming effects of social media and live a more meaningful, peaceful, and balanced life. Negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are one of the harmful habits that gnaw away at our lives silently and unnoticed. These thoughts usually revolve around self-criticism, fear of failure, anxiety about the future, and past mistakes. However, we need to realize how harmful it is to constantly carry these thoughts in our minds. Every moment in our lives is precious and irrevocable. Constantly sending negative messages to ourselves drains our self-confidence and life energy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "As are the thoughts of your mind, so is your life." This quote makes clear the impact of our thoughts on our lives. Negative thoughts not only wear us down mentally, but also negatively affect our physical health. Constant worry, stress, and negative thoughts weaken our immune system and reduce our resistance to disease. Seneca emphasizes that the key to happiness is not in external conditions, but in our inner attitudes, emphasizing that the source of happiness and peace is not outside, but within ourselves. The most effective way to fight negative thoughts is to recognize them and replace them with more constructive and positive thoughts. We should be more compassionate towards ourselves, see our mistakes as learning opportunities, and look to the future with hope. Epictetus says, "If your thoughts disturb you, change them," indicating that mental freedom and peace of mind are in our hands. As soon as we notice negative thoughts, stopping them and replacing them with positive thoughts is the most effective way to protect our mental health. Giving ourselves small, positive messages every day can make a big difference in this transformation process. Silently removing negative thoughts from our lives frees up more space in our minds and allows us to fill that space with positive, motivating, and constructive thoughts. This change will greatly improve both our mental health and our overall quality of life. Saying goodbye to negative thoughts is the key to living a happier, more productive, and more fulfilling life. As a result, we must make a conscious effort to eliminate negative thoughts from our lives. In line with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers, filling our minds with positive and constructive thoughts will give us a more peaceful and balanced life. Take steps now to leave negative thoughts behind and give yourself the positive life you deserve. Toxic people. Toxic people are those who drain our energy, demoralize us, and reduce our overall quality of life. Stoic philosophers help us understand how the people around us and their behavior affect us. Toxic people often radiate negative energy, constantly criticize, hinder rather than support, and undermine our personal growth. Epictetus said, "Spending time with bad people poisons your soul." This quote clearly expresses the negative effects of toxic people on our spiritual and mental health. The Stoics emphasize the importance of protecting ourselves from such people and avoiding their negative influence. Constant interaction with toxic people undermines our self-confidence and disturbs our inner peace. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of staying away from toxic people, saying, "Do not let others drag you down." Toxic people often project their own unhappiness and insecurities onto others. Staying away from such people is necessary to protect our own spiritual and mental health. Surrounding ourselves with people who support us, motivate us, and radiate positive energy greatly improves our quality of life. Seneca also emphasized how toxic relationships hinder our personal growth and happiness, saying, "Bad friendships are self-destructive." Staying away from self-destructive relationships is the key to living a healthier and more balanced life. Staying away from toxic people increases not only our personal growth, but also our overall happiness. Removing toxic people from our lives can be difficult, but it is a necessary step for our own health and happiness. Identifying such people and limiting our relationships with them can bring great benefits in the long run. For example, it is important to review our relationships with people who are constantly negative, critical, or manipulative, and if necessary, terminate those relationships. To stay away from toxic people, we need to respect ourselves and our boundaries. This also increases our self-esteem and self-confidence. Building healthy and supportive relationships greatly improves our quality of life and happiness. In conclusion, removing toxic people from our lives allows us to adopt a lifestyle in line with the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. By protecting ourselves from negative and damaging people, we can live a more peaceful, balanced, and happy life. Stay away from toxic people and fill your life with positive, supportive, and loving people. This way, you can live a healthier and more fulfilling life. Thank you for watching our video. If it has touched your life and you would like to adopt the Stoic way, please do not forget to like our video and share it on social media to help us reach more people. You can also support us and be part of our community by writing the Stoic way below. Your support is very valuable to us. Let's move forward on this path to live a more peaceful and balanced life together. Thank you.